Hello, Miss DiLauro, Congressman Rosa DiLauro. There is a DeMoro family. There's a Kerr family. There was a whole bunch of people with New Britain Superior Court. They're also forging, switching names, misspelling their names. Also involved with the Kerr family, with New Britain Superior Court, and with their Facebook pages, and with the departments of the campuses of Trinity College and of CCSU involved with racketeering here, and with vetting bodies. There's a Mr. Abruzzi and people tied to him at CCSU involved with racketeering acts leading up to the Trade Center attack context and since. Chris Como from CNN is also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with a whole bunch of racketeering on and off the Department of Homeland Security in Hartford and on and off New Britain Superior Court, a whole bunch of people with drug clicks in the branch with evidence crimes, predicate acts, roles, crimes with wire crimes with police department, pretending things recorded into databases through time. Two Mendez police brothers are involved with a whole bunch of other people tied to them, to a Domain family, their neighbors involved with child trafficking, with judges attaching kids to fake locations through time, attaching their family members to fake relationship, lying to their family members. They hid themselves with recorded worse than the principal sex offender uses of his campus as the people involved with what you guys call vetting here. You guys are criminally involved with forsaken families. Now this racketeering method keeps you guys as victim predators, pretending to be against what you guys are for. Hartford, Connecticut never had anything but racketeering leveraged upon them. Like many people tied to Weathersfield Police Pizza, recorded, confessed, and demonstrated with racketeering acts roles with CCSU and with North End of Hartford, and with other people on off the state judicial branch offices criminally involved with them with wire crimes and mail crimes, and with database racketeering, and with other people forging names, switching names. And this is tied to courts putting little kids to fake locations through time with interstates, worse than interstates racketeering roles, military families involved with identity thefts, involved with the people as also ones with racketeering with houses on and off campuses, involved further with child defenders. Whole bunch of people in fire departments are involved criminally with an Iowa family, and with a Casper family, and with a Daly family, recorded, confessed, and demonstrated with Sound View, and with Old Saybrook involved with identity theft, racketeering, military racketeering, as with foreign and domestic medical families, like a Leahy family, forging names, switching names, pretend they had conversations with me through time, with the New Britain, a whole bunch of drug clicks with them at New Britain Superior Court, with a whole bunch of federal crimes with them, wire crimes, mail crimes, forging names, switching names, criminal uses of confessions. So now they are criminal uses of Congress. People, there's a person associated with like programs tied to New Britain Superior Court, judges retired and standing, prosecutors retired and standing, involved with New East Hartford and with Weathersfield Interbranch, intercities police forms involved with the racketeering here, and with the narratives and the crime methods of forging names and switching names into branch, and then pretending not to realize that time is going by because they're using it for as extortion. I've been asking to make to counter racketeering acts and tied insidious natures of acts and people forging names, switching names, database racketeering roles, confessions about their roles with overt criminal enterprises, demonstrations of their recorded criminal uses of them as the people with the various natures of departments at the campus is criminally connected. Everyone's speaking through other criminally. These are a whole bunch of people associated with a CJ, I don't know his name, about people with modern pastry and with Mazzucato pastry. It's involved with my new and past. Years ago, they had a past police chief, and the new police chief's daughter and his extended family members are foreign and domestic, are further recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved foreign and domestic racketeering with military families, foreign and domestic. These are deans, foreign and domestic with sexual circles. Also, the leaderships of the prison leaderships and their family members involved with racketeering with the child sex offenders, with the various natures of courts, and police forms that were involved with other natures of racketeering with them before they went in, and with those natures of child abuse. And these are recorded, confessed, and demonstrated. We have all kinds of delusions, raw and criminally foreign influenced experts on logic involved with racketeering, sub rosa racketeering, active body of value discernment racketeering, sequence racketeering, progressions value racketeering. Can't look forward and pretend you guys are doing what you guys are criminally foreign influence victim predators. You came through sick campuses. You guys are sick, Congress, everyone. And now Connecticut needs federal stewardships of Connecticut now. This is what is recorded. We have states attorneys involved criminally. We have criminal uses of attorneys. There's a guy named Pettit, and they all the news articles are recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with them with racketeering leading up to and in the trade center as their roles with database racketeering, vertical and horizontal. People on and off Fox Connecticut News with two Mendes police involved racketeering with child sex offenders, child trafficking, forging names, switching names, attaching their family members to fake conversations with them as roles with it. Can't keep your eyes on your kids all 24/7. These people are exploiting that. These are people who had that exploited, used them as criminally when they were kids. These are a whole bunch of drug dealers next to the schools that are connected with the kids on the school, and they have communications. They're hiding the lie progress. They even use depositions and cases criminally to hide from what they need to hide from against plaintiffs and victims needing to counter. They're in collusion with everyone. Our various natures of interbranch drug cliques. Their identity theft racketeering. They're spreading lies with people. They're already all kinds of natures of evidence crime. They're not supposed to pretend to believe allegations that aren't true. They're making up fake things and sticking them recorded in databases. They are incapable of defending themselves in their careers now, not by accident. That's what keeps them motivated, breaching schools to screens and tools. We have a whole bunch of military police and foreign and domestic associated with Matt Olson, Eric Olson. I never had a conversation with in my life. They tried to pretend other. They recorded, confessed, and demonstrated uses of racketeering and of child trafficking by the FBI. Also recorded, confessed with the judges retired and stated, even female judges, attaching little kids to fake locations, hiding their sexual abuses of kids. Their games with sick fakes within the Britain Superior Court's Facebook page with the principal sex offenders campus when they were still forcing it criminally. Then and now further having used that to pretend they had conversations with me. They can't pretend the conversation they had with me was them confessing and recording predicate acts and other natures of crime. Fake conversations with me, forging names, switching names with a whole bunch of crimes with houses in my area involved criminally through time with the Dillon family, a whole bunch of the other people within the Britain Superior Court. With their extended family members further confessed and recorded, demonstrated involved with foreign and domestic medical, military, and interbranch drug cliques involved further with the child sex offenders and fake conversations with me and their physical delusions. Now there's a Leahy family also involved with Trade Center predicate acts. He also had tied me to fake conversations about my father's cases with him. And they have other doctors that forge names, switch names. They use a triage because they made me raise my voice because of their roles with confessions regarding their roles with further racketeering. Then, first, they were using it to force sustained child sex offenders' roles, drug cliques, confessions recorded. Then they hid that. They hid what's actually recorded because they have drug cliques in my area through time that they used to fake. Like, in other words, in suburbs, you can live near someone and never know them your whole life, even if they're in your grade. Now, say they have that involved with racketeering, where the courts are attaching little kids to fake locations, fake ties to people, and those people and those cliques are spreading lies through the kids with overt criminal enterprises. There's a Joshua Julian, also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved racketeering with sex offenders in Facebook with judges. Now, we need the judges to have one name in sequence while getting down. We need federal stewardships of Connecticut. The state's attorney's office is criminally involved with this. There's a lawyer with the name Pettit with a ponytail, also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with a whole bunch of intercity police forms, military, foreign and domestic, houses, and people associated on and off fire departments, on and off religious spots, on and off parks used criminally. Because these are evidence reception racketeering roles. Criminal uses of Travelers Insurance Company, other insurance companies, whole bunch of people tied to former and standing mayors like a Mayor Gold, his family, recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with sequence racketeering, database racketeering, with drug clicks, much worse with child trafficking. Now, this is a DiLauro family, spelled a lot like DiLauro, but these are also DiLauro's recorded, confessed, and demonstrated racketeering with interbranch family members and with people with cliques with the congressional building criminally involved. Places on off Park Street, on off north end of Hartford. Let's get an answer from someone, because therefore they have also Alina's Pizza has been pretend they had conversation and they made all these confessions about their roles with sexual circles and with people involved with on and off CCSU with racketeering, forging names, switching names, child trafficking, with police drug clicks with like steroids, all various natures of drugs. Now this is associated with what is called vetting, but they're pretending it, they're just faking recorded things. These are a whole bunch of people on and off houses, on and off two-route highway, recorded, confessed, and demonstrated being used by police officers and by judges and by military families, foreign and domestic, in overt criminal enterprises, wherever they have narratives. In other words, in other words, confessed and recorded and involved further with the judges involved with the child sex trafficking, sex offenders, medical offenders recorded attaching the kids to fake locations of the time with WFSB, also attached me to fake locations as an adult, fake ties to others. They did that with my family members too. They did that also as racketeering roles with people with WFSB, Intercity Trade Center attack clicks, the investigators involved with them with racketeering with other nations, people with all different kinds of religious spots on and off them, and then as people involved with that with the prisons, where they have the prison stewardships and the people the counters to it are in collusion with that. In other words, Sandy Hook, Newtown is also with family members involved further with the racketeering with the campuses in my town, as the cliques interbranch through time criminally involved here. So, Mr. Laura, you guys aren't doing anything for anybody but playing using truth for lies. What you know about the past. You guys have Forsaken in New York City every day. And you have Chris Como pretending he's about science. Chris Como, fix the fake news. CNN is involved with recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved racketeering with a whole bunch of names from my town with CCSU, intercities involved with you guys, worse than interstates racketeering acts. Don't pretend I know them. You can't pretend that on paper. I don't know them. I just know about this. They demonstrated, confessed, and recorded this. I'm not going to list all these names. They want that because then it sounds like I'm tied to them. These are people with Department of Transportation, Department of Motor Vehicles, criminal uses of the extended family members of the people themselves, of the children, further WFSB recorded, confessed, and demonstrated with Better Connecticut, hiding the lie progressions because we had state's attorneys, we have prosecutors and their kids involved with the racketeering with them. They had me attach me to fake conversations since they were kids. They don't know me. They just went to my town. These are a whole bunch of people further on and off the campus, people associated with Rick C.M. Faglione. Whole bunch of foreign and domestic military, medical offenders, crimes with science cliques, their family members, deans, their family members. Let's go. Well, everyone get down. Fix the fake news. WFSB, attach me to fake news. There are a whole bunch of Rocky Hill and Weathersfield police involved with this. And Andy O'Brien, Rocky Hill police officer, we're involved with him, with the Weathersfield police officers, with the further Sandy Hook child sex offenders crime acts roles, and with the people with the fire departments, with the sex offender families involved with other natures of racketeering with them tied to this. And with my new and past neighbors, now I know their names. The new ones or the last one's forging names, switching names with Cleesa and Lewis. So everyone's switching names too, switching spellings of names. We have judges we're forging names, switching names roles, switching sequence roles, pretending they don't realize roles. Why they're preventing writing since I was a kid. These are preventing counters to connected crime acts since I was a kid. Now I've been trying to report this each year of my life. They keep stacking more confessions tied from strangers. All how do you think I know about all this now? Pretend you know me. The Main brothers, Mendez brothers, White family, a whole bunch of people associated with them with the name Socia. I never had anything to do with the Socia family. They're involved with a whole bunch of racketeering with people tied to a Walters family, also with Washington D.C. with his brothers, his mother, his father is reportedly dead. I don't know. They're involved with racketeering with him, with people that on and off the campuses through time criminally involved. As people that went to private schools pretend they know me. I only know them from seeking me out to make confessions about the guys like the Dillon family, with my new and past neighbors involved with CCSU racketeering with state police, their kids, Weathersfield police, their kids, foreign overt criminal enterprises with these cliques in my area, criminal uses of the witness protection program. We're going to do vetting, baby. You guys been using vetting criminally and with kids. You guys been using kids criminally. And you guys are going to pretend to be about against that now. You guys need to get down from Congress, and we need federal stewardships of Connecticut now. We need a response.